All right, welcome to another video by Johnny IELTS. So today I have two students in front of me. So they are going to do their test on November the 20th, right? You have your test on November the 20th, right? Right. So in less than a month, my two students is going to take their exam. So today they're doing their speaking practice. All right, so because you have already learned some IELTS in centers, so I will skip the easy topics here. So I'll go to more difficult topics. All right, is it okay? Yes. Okay, so your name is Quang and okay. Right, so let's start with part one, shall we? Try the topic of museum number 5, okay? And on the right side, I'll write down like the words and everything you need to know. Museum. Okay. You don't need to write so much because it's all on the screen, you know. Good. Right. So let's start with Phúc, please. So do you like visiting museums and why?
So I up to the museum.
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 Yes.
I very like to.
Very like. Are you sure? Very like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Looking almost pictures from the old century.
From the last centuries, looking at old, faded. It's actually not pictures. These are paintings. Okay, tranh vẽ nha. These are old, faded paintings from the last centuries. Right. So how about you? Do you like visiting museum, Quang?
Because I want to look some
Historical, like artifacts, you mean? Eva. And then let's say old items. If you run out of idea, just say old items. It's enough. Right. So tell me. So tell me, how often do you visit museums?
If I remember correctly, it was 2 times per month.
Twice per month?
Yes.
Hmm. Wow, that's a lot because I don't even visit museums like maybe 5 years, one every 5 years, you know? Wow, how could you visit museum twice per month then? Tell us, please.
I used to try to go to the museum,
Go to the museum.
to the museum, which open for free.
Like what is the name of the museum? Can you feel?
It's just the small. I'm not sure if it's museum like the workshop. About pottery.
Oh well, those things are not museum. Let's just say there are something called art galleries. Phòng trưng bày nghệ thuật. But you're right. Yes, some workshops, pottery workshops, let's say pottery workshops, leatherwork, làm đồ da, or there are other things. But those are not museums. So, Glenn, how often do you visit museums?
I don't want to go to the museum, but I just want to. I just want to be when I have some event like my group, like
Projects. Okay, be careful with your pronunciation here. Projects. Okay. Like what kind of projects can you elaborate?
in high school.
Midterm tests in high schools, I see. So, Quang, are there any museums in your hometown?
Yes, in my hometown is a history uh, place. So it's
There is. There
a lot of museums in the hometown. Well, I didn't eat out.
Okay, that's called War Remnant. War Remnant Museum. There is as a name, you know. Okay. So you don't need to write that much because I already wrote down everything and it's on the video, you know. So try to talk more because it's speaking practice. So but do you think there should be more museums in your hometown?
Yes, of course.
Mm.
In my hometown is Long province. Is
Province or province?
province.
It's Long and province. Okay.
Very and a lot of
There is có there is there is
there are
uh-huh.
and cultural item from the last century about the world, and I find it very to significant for me.
Wow, you mean it's significant means it's important to you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Improve my mental health to be
Yes, to be able to think clear, be able to think clear, có thể suy nghĩ rõ ràng, or it helps you feel better, right? So for you, do you think there should be more museum in your hometown?
yeah,
Because
yeah, Williams is very important because you a lot of history learn that
like because it gives a lot of learning opportunities. Let's say it provides or it gives many learning opportunities. Okay, let's try it again. So, do you think there should be more museums in your hometown?
there should be more.
There should be.
There should be more.
There should be còn hơn nữa, hát hoài. Trời ơi, cái thói quen xấu không bỏ được. Thì chỉ có đó. There should be more museums.
Should be more museums in hometown. This provide many learning.
Right. Like, what kind of opportunities can you try to make it longer?
Why our old generation can really
And win the war.
very
Oh, well, a lot of people died. It's just a fact. I mean, a lot of people died to have this country independent again, you know? So there should be more museum to remind people of the past, nhắc lại người ta về quá khứ. So it reminds people of the past, of the sacrifices, những sự hy sinh, sacrifices of the previous generations. Okay. All right. So Phúc, tell me, what can museums provide to the people, to the city, or to the country? Ba hướng. Let's talk about to the people first. That's the easiest. Yes. Okay. Think about, does museum provide knowledge? Of course, it provide the income, right? Thu nhập for the city. Yes. Does it help with tourism? Hỗ trợ du lịch không? And does it help people to be reminded of history to the whole country? It's like a keepsake. It's like a keepsake, một kỷ vật, một cái vật để mà người ta kỷ niệm lại. It's like a keepsake because they keep all the old items for the previous generation and the other generation to see, you know. Nó giữ lại chứ nó không có để cho mấy cái vật đó nó bị hư hại theo thời gian. All right, so think about that. Also think about the money, of course. So, of course, museum sells things and there are tickets, right? So it means that the city will have more income to spend on a lot of things. Think about that, please. So what can museum provide?
Museum, the same provide raising the awareness for people around the history. And it's also raise the income
Right.
to the profit of
the profit of the city, yeah.
And so provide to the keepsake for
the keepsake
for the new generation.
Yes.
About it.
So they provide keepsake for the new generation to learn about it. So to learn about
this
yes, right. In case you need some kind of this. Oh, you're welcome. Now, so tell us, please. What do you think? What can museums provide to the people, to the city, or to the country? Pupil or people? People. Âm y nha. Pupil là học sinh. Còn people mới là con người số nhiều. Okay.
The measure is selling tickets, so it's going to make the profit.
Can make profit, yeah.
To the city.
Right. It can make profit. Remember, profit. It can make profits for the city. Okay. Anything else?
My country is a mark of the present.
In the what? In the what?
My country is a mark of the present.
In the process of what? Well, you are right. It marks the process of improvement. Đương nhiên rồi. Tại vì đương nhiên nhìn cái bảo tàng là biết cái đất nước nó phát triển, nó improve cỡ nào. Just look at museums, it marks the process of improvement. Like the stages này không có biết được cái phiên âm quốc tế nha. The stages of history in a country. All right, so hopefully, so what are usually on display? To be on display được đưa ra trưng bày. Cái gì thường được đưa ra trưng bày? So you can talk about monuments, of course, monuments or what's it called? Sculpture, sculptures. Okay, monuments or sculptures. You can talk about like, of course, old paintings. You can talk about, let's say, modern art. Sometimes museum they display modern art as well, you know, nghệ thuật hiện đại. And sometimes they do display 3D animation of historic event. You remember what's different between historic and historical, no? Khác nhau gì với hai từ đó? Historic, it means important in terms of history. Một cái là quan trọng về lịch sử. Còn một cái là gì? Historical, nó có nghĩa là liên quan tới lịch sử thôi, chứ nó không quan trọng. So one thing is focus on how important something is. Like, for example, The Independent Palace is historic because why? It was the place the old government used to work, you know? Chính quyền cũ từng làm việc ở đó, cho nên cái chỗ đó là một cái nơi rất là quan trọng luôn á. And also the Independent Palace, it is also linked to the Independence Day, which is April the 30th. Okay, please don't mind my cat. Okay, so please. So what are usually on display in museums? Exactly.
When we have the display painting,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Đông Dương is Indochina. Mm-hmm. You don't know that one? Indochina. Đông Dương. Why? Because Southeast Asia is between China and India. Thì vùng Đông Nam Á thuộc nó nằm ở giữa China, Trung Quốc và India, Ấn Độ. Trên cái vùng nó gọi là vùng Đông Dương, Indochina. So what do you say about things that are on display in museums?
display these are very people and display
Yes.
process.
Là cái âm xoa, cái âm process. The process.
Generation can see the picture and
Picture or paintings, careful. Cái là hình chụp hay là những cái tranh vẽ vậy? Which one? Actually, it's both. Nó cả hai mới đúng nha. Because pictures people take with cameras, you know. Painting people have to paint it, you know. So it's both. Nó cả hai luôn á. So yeah, please, Phúc, what are usually on display in the museums?
I suppose in the same independent palace or it's provide or it's display all of the item of the old government like it's have room for
There is a room.
there
are.
President and a vice president in the old government. There's a lot of items for the daily routine of
The daily routine. They also live there, you know.
yes.
So there's a toilet. There are a lot of toilets, and there are kitchens, sleep room or bedrooms for people too, I think.
This item very expensive, but I think that they will gain a lot of money of the resident from to buy it. But I think it's very to
yes.
start with. And it's also display to paint a painting of a picture of the room. It's painting of world like a map of
a map of, let's say, world map. It's called world maps. Okay. Right. Please think about these two. Please think about these two last questions here, and I'll take a break. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Quang, please. So, do you think museums are necessary? Necessary. Nhưng không đầu. No, careful. Necessary âm đầu. Necessary or necessity? Which one? Careful. Necessary.
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 All right. So do you think museums are necessary?
Necessary. Provide knowledge to young people. When we go to the museum, we can hear about all actors.
Điều đó thì thầy xem.
And we can feel really, really
Feed to ourselves. What kind of feeding is that? Is that feeding food or feeding knowledge or something like that? You know, it's okay. It's a good thinking. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think museums are necessary?
I think it's like opportunity.
There is, there are. There is, there are.
There is.
Sẽ có. There would be. There will be. Từng có. There was. There were.
There would be opportunity to sharing the personal opinion about the stage of history.
The stages of history, yeah.
Or just having quality time for the family.
Right.
To improve my mental health.
Quality time for families. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you can bring your family there, but the problem is not everyone in the family enjoy museum. You have to understand that. Especially young children, they will never enjoy it, really. I mean, there are some special cases, but most people will not enjoy museums. But you're right. There's a sense. They're basically a sense of peace in places of museum. Có cảm giác yên bình. Just like going to pagoda, you know. Right. So, Quang, what can people learn from visiting museums? Yes. Okay. Yes, please. Go on. Please go on.
History, it can
Yes. Recognize the word. Okay, let's just say recognize. They recognize the efforts that the previous generations have spent to build the country, to build and protect the country. Yeah. Let's try that again. Recognize what? The efforts. The
previous generations have been to build and protect the country.
Right, I see. And so let's move on to part 2 and part 3 now. We are spending too much time in here. All right, so part 2 and part 3 start soon. There's a lot of new topics. Okay, so I'll start with the latest one here and go backward, okay? Mình đi vào những cái chủ đề mà cũ mà nó gọi là sớm nha, gọi là mới nhất ạ. So where's my note? Yeah, here it is. So let's try topic number 271 about lost object or lost things. Okay. Mình thử những cái chủ đề mà nó mới nhất đi. Okay, so this is 271. So describe something important that you lost in the past. Be careful with your verb, okay? Nói cẩn thận, nói từ từ thôi, đọc từ từ, không cần phải đọc nhanh đâu. You do not need to speak fast. Try to speak slower, but correctly, okay? Something important that you lost in the past. What it is, what it was, how you lost it. Là thế nào mà nó mất cái đồ đó, mất cái thứ đó. Why it was important to you? Tại sao nó quan trọng với mình? And how you felt when you lost it? Khi mình mất nó mình cảm thấy làm sao? Something important. Okay, not someone important. Okay. Một cái thứ gì đó, một cái điều gì đó quan trọng mà mình mất trong quá khứ. And then because we are practicing, so I'll show you part 1 and part 3. But in exam, remember, you're only allowed to see the cue card for part 2. Okay. Lúc đi thi ta cho cái cue card để coi cái part 2 thôi nha. Mà luyện tập thì sẽ cho coi part 1, part 3. Now, so part 3, what kinds of people may lose things often? Những kiểu người nào hay mất đồ, thường hay mất đồ. So maybe think about people who absent-minded. Giống như cái đầu nó đi đâu đâu. Absent-minded, it means their heads are always somewhere else. You know, so they often leave things wherever they go. They may lose things very often, or maybe people will often lose things when they are in a hurry, of course. Vội vàng thì hay mất đồ. Yep. You know, you never really see careful people who lose things often, aren't you? Like, for example, if people who always double check everything, they are not likely. They are usually not. They are not likely to lose things. Okay. Are you feeling cold? I can turn off the fan. Lạnh không? Okay. Because I feel hot, so. All right, so think about that, and you can give examples like what kind of professions where people may lose things often. Like, for example, if you are, let's say, a technician, kỹ thuật viên. Well, the technicians who have to go to everywhere, to a lot of places, they always leave things around, you know. Mấy người kỹ thuật viên mà mấy người thợ, người ta cứ đi đến đâu để quên đồ đó mà. Well, that's a common occurrence. That's a common occurrence. Một cái sự diễn ra thường xuyên, thường thấy. Think about the other professions where people have to run around, you know. Like, for example, a house cleaner. A house cleaner is different from a maid, you know. A maid is someone who lives inside of your house for a long time and take care of your maybe children, take care of your cleaning, maintaining your house for you. Okay. But a house cleaner is a professional who go inside your house and clean very thoroughly. So a house cleaner are professionals who clean thoroughly your home. Okay. Những cái người house cleaner là những người dọn dẹp chuyên nghiệp nha, mà họ dọn dẹp, họ làm rất là kỹ luôn cái nhà của mình. Còn mấy chỉ là cái người mà họ ở nhà mình, xong mình chăm sóc bảo trì cái nhà đó thôi. I mean, these are two different professions, but they often leave things around, you know? Think about other professions as well. Think about people who often travel by public transportation, you know? Like buses, taxis, airplanes, something like that. Alright, so next question. Nói chung là cái câu này mình cho cái ví dụ về những cái ngành nghề đó đi. Like give examples about jobs people may lose things often, or just people who have to think a lot, you know. Những người phải nghĩ rất là nhiều thì đương nhiên họ sẽ để quên đầu nhiều. Quang, are you okay? If you're not okay, just take some candies there. And then the next question, what would you do if you saw something valuable but didn't belong to you on the street? Giờ thấy đồ không thuộc về mình trên đường phố, có kỳ giá trị, thì bạn sẽ làm gì? You can give an honest answer or a dishonest answer. It's up to you. Muốn trả lời theo kiểu giả trân hay là muốn trả lời theo kiểu thật thà cũng được, no problem, you know. Well, think about what we would do with that. Maybe some people would bring it to the police station, or the management of the place where they found it. Đưa đến chỗ quản lý, ban quản lý của cái chỗ mà họ tìm thấy nó nhé. Or the police station. Police thằng hai nha, the police now. All right, so think about that. Some people, they just keep it for themselves and spend it. Of course, that's a lot of people. That's what a lot of people would do. They keep it for themselves and they spend it. Well, some people, they just how can I say, keep it and wait until someone tries to find it, and then where you have to how can I say, ask a lot of questions, yeah, the question, ask a lot of questions to verify, you know what verify is? Kiểm chứng sẽ đúng sự thật không? Ask a lot of questions to verify whether or if that item belongs to that person or not. Because you know, a lot of people, they fake it, you know. It's not good. So they ask a lot of questions to verify whether that item belongs to that person or not, you know. Sometimes that's what happened. Okay, think about giving examples. Mấy câu muốn dài hơn, cứ cho example đi. Like what things? Wallets, maybe wallets, watches, you know. Think about bags, even like jackets, you know. People, they forgot jackets a lot of the time. People forget jackets a lot. Think about stationery, đồ dùng văn phòng. Like for example, pens, pencils, pencil sharpener, cái đồ mà để làm cho đồ chuốt bút chì á. Pencil sharpener, something like that. Or money, of course. Now, next question. What can we do to prevent losing important things? Maybe not having many objects. Like, let's say, try to not have many items in your possession. Cố gắng đừng sở hữu. Possession là sở hữu. Đừng sở hữu quá nhiều đồ. Yeah, that's the thing. If you possess many things, you lose many things as well. So maybe try to keep an eye on, like maybe just keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on your items, or maybe do inventory check often. Kiểm tra vật dụng mình có sẵn thường xuyên, like do inventory check often, you know, that's what happened. Or let's say on important items like your phone, there's apps you should activate it to find your phone, for example. Or maybe you sometime in the past I used to write my name and I stick it on objects, you know, viết tên xong rồi dán lên được. You can write your names and stick them on objects. It could work. Or maybe we can check camera. We can check camera for it. But honestly with you, it takes a lot of time to do so. It's not ideal, okay? Nó không phải là điều tối ưu đâu. It's not ideal. All right, so you have some time to think about this topic now. I'll give you 2 minutes, okay? 2 phút nha. All right, guys. So I'll start with Quang first. So can you describe something important that you lost in the past? You have 2 minutes.
My friend borrowing to play game.
He forgot it.
So my phone just a lot of information.
My phone kept a lot of information.
It had a time value. So when I lost it, I felt very angry and sad. My friend I'm getting me back the money to buy it.
You were such a lucky guy. You know, sống tốt quá, bạn bè mới làm gì được chứ. You were such a lucky guy, right? So how you felt when you lost it? Of course, you were angry, but your friend gave the money to buy a new one. Wow, you're such a lucky guy. Okay, so Phúc, please, can you describe something important that you lost in the past?
If I remember correctly, which was last year when I made money for a ticket to the parking of my
Mobile. Nó có 2 cách đọc, mobile, được. Well, you can see here.
Mobile.
Mobile.
So they are okay. Yeah, please go on.
and wallet go fall out.
Fell out. Rớt ra, fell out.
That's include lots of the like the personal
Like ID papers?
Yes. Yeah. Identity card. And
Identification cards. We call them ID cards. And of course money in there. And then pictures of your family and girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't know. Okay. And loved ones, let's just say that. Some people, they put a calendar there. For example, I when I was younger, I put a calendar there because there wasn't any smartphone back then, so I put a calendar there. Anything else? How you felt when you lost it and why it was important to you?
I don't know, anxious, and a little bit of curious about this.
Anxious.
Nó giống như là AE nè. Anxious. Hoặc là anxious. Like very worried. So at that moment you felt very anxious and
Curious. A little bit curious. And it must be to remake all of the identity card,
Mhm.
like license of driving, the
Driving car, driving license. Okay, and how you felt when you lost it? Of course, you felt furious and anxious. What happened to it?
first we go to the
So I had to. Quá khứ là had to. So I had to
local government city to yes,
okay.
is a lot of the item on the papers
Mhm.
and it must be provided to the police to get to remake it.
To remake it, yeah. So it was a very annoying process. Một quá trình nó phiền lắm luôn. It's a very bothersome process. Okay, I think it's better if you redo it, but at home, okay? This topic, part two. Okay, let's go to part three now. So, Quang, what kind of people may lose things often? Mhm.
People have to go where
Say again? Have to go to
to go to
places.
places.
Mhm.
People, especially tour guide.
You mean technicians, right? Cẩn thận động từ, danh từ, tính từ nha. Careful with your verb choice or adjective or nouns. So, technicians or tour guide. Yeah, tour guide actually lose a lot of things too.
People who are not doing
Oh, not careful. Mhm.
so they may lose when I saw something I bring it to the police station.
Are you sure?
You get the place.
All right. Maybe I'm not a good person like I think I am. Okay. So, no, you answered the wrong question now. Cái câu này là những loại người nào, kiểu người nào hay mất đồ, chứ không phải là cái câu tiếp theo nha. Trong cái nội dung của đó thôi. Yeah. I mean, I only ask you one question. Don't answer the other question. You know, oh, please try them. So, what kind of people may lose things often, Quang?
People to go to places like do things happen. Technician, especially to for example, my father is a two guys and what
All the time. I think. Okay. Right. So back to Phúc now. So, what would you do if you saw something valuable that didn't belong to you on the street?
To be honest, I think I had to notice the managers, the house, the place.
Uh-huh.
I found it and bring it to the manager on the police station. Bring it to the police station and to find the owner of this.
Okay. Right. So that would be a good act to do. What would you do in that situation? Đăng Quang. What would you do in that situation if you found something valuable but didn't belong to you on the street?
First thing I do is
I would. Nó là một cái tình huống giả định. The first thing I do, I would something. How do you know if they were honest?
No, because it's not my
Are you sure it would? Okay, I'm just joking. Of course, it would be a prudent choice. Một lựa chọn cẩn thận, a prudent choice. Wow. A prudent choice. You know the word prudential, right? Prudential is a very old insurance company that come from the word prudent. Cảnh giác cẩn trọng. Nha. Cái công ty đó nó đến từ cái từ này nè, prudent. A prudent choice, một cái sự lựa chọn cảnh giác cẩn thận. All right, so for what can we do to prevent losing important things?
First, the development of the technologies would refer to like the air tag from the iPhone. Apple. Like,
you mean, let's just say smartphone, okay? Yeah. Because there are a lot of different kinds of smartphone. Not everyone use Apples, you know.
Provide the patience, the time is to be exist to the client.
Okay.
Alarm.
It will remind you. We will let you know in case your phone got lost, right? And then you eventually found out in Cambodia. It was like, I'm just joking. What else?
Could be to double check everything so I can forget anything.
If I can forget anything.
I should to the sticky note.
I should use sticky note.
Use sticky note to remind of them.
Remind who of them? Remind myself of them. Yeah. Remind ai đó về cái gì đó. To remind someone of something. Okay, so Quang, what would you do? So what can we do to prevent losing important things?
To prevent losing important things. And to
inventory check, you mean?
Try not to bring thing in your backpack.
I agree.
So you can keep organized evening, morning.
Okay.
My smartphone has find my iPhone more.
These apps can easily find their own phone. Exactly, right. But important thing are not just your phone, you know, it could be your money, it could be your papers, like important papers like ID card, or maybe how can I say, laptops even, you know. You'll be surprised to know that so many people, they just leave the laptop in public places and then they lose it. You know, you'll be surprised. So what can we do to prevent losing, like maybe electronic devices like laptop, for example, or smart watches, or maybe other things?
We should bring it everywhere. Go like we go to
Coffee shop.
When you need to go to the toilet, you can
ask your friend to keep an eye on it. Exactly, I would do the same thing. So yeah, that's 271. Let's try 270. Describe a challenge you have faced. 270. Describe a challenge you have faced. So it means it's something in the past already. Miêu tả một cái thách thức bạn đã từng phải đối mặt. You should say what the challenge was, when and where you face it, how you dealt with it, and explain what you learned from experience. Remember, you should stick with what you should say here, but it doesn't mean that you have to talk about everything here, okay? You can maybe forget one point is fine. But it's actually a good thing to follow this what you should say, you know? Mình quên đi một cái điều trong đây không sao đâu. Mà nên theo mấy cái điều này. Okay. What you have learned from experience. Like, for example, you learn to persevere, for example. You learn that you can always, how can I say, you can persevere. You can persevere despite difficulties. Mình vẫn có thể gọi là kiên trì, bền bỉ, nhẫn nại, bất chấp khó khăn. You can persevere despite difficulties and thrive even. Và còn có thể tăng trưởng, phát triển nữa. You know? So every difficult time, every challenges, they teach you something. You know? Or maybe you can learn to give up when you give up. Just learn to give up when you should give up. Because remember, not all the things you try for is worth it. Không phải thứ gì mình muốn cố gắng nó cũng đều xứng đáng để mình cố gắng đâu. So it's important to learn to give up when you should give up, or to try to achieve it. To try to achieve things you deserve, you know. Try to achieve things you deserve. Right? Đó là những thứ mình xứng đáng thôi. All right. So top 3. Do you think children should play sports? Like, what does sport teach them? Is it teamwork? Is it teach them to teamwork or teamworking? Does it teach them to, how can I say, to be competitive? Để mà nó luôn mang tính cạnh tranh phải không? Does playing sports help them to, how can I say, to have team spirits? Có tinh thần đồng đội. Or not? Does it teach them to play fair? To play fair. Chơi đẹp. Để mà chơi đẹp với người khác. Does it teach them to play fair with other people? Like maybe playing sports help them to improve their physical and mental health. Sometimes it doesn't. Especially when it's so competitive, you know. But most of the time it does. Now, how can children benefit from doing sports? So the question here focus on how. Nó tập trung vào cái chuyện là như thế nào để cho trẻ nhỏ có thể được lợi từ chuyện là chơi thể thao. Like, should they how can I say, play it regularly, play sports regularly? Cái từ keyword đây là regularly, chơi đều đặn. Should play sport regularly and how can I say, with a certain plan, với một cái kế hoạch nhất định nào đó không? They should have a certain plan to play with their friends, with many like-minded friends, you know. Với những người bạn có cái đầu óc suy nghĩ giống như vậy, maybe. Because you don't want to have quarrels or fighting when you do sports, you know. Think about that. So they should have rest days as well. Of course, you have to rest after you play sports too. In order to reap the reward, đoạt được phần thưởng. In order to reap the reward from sports, you must rest, okay? Practice and rest, you know? Think about that and give some examples. Like, what kind of sports and how can people benefit from it? Like, for example, think about martial arts. Martial martial arts. Nó gọi là những môn võ thuật. Taekwondo, karate do, or something like that. Or võ Việt Nam nhé. Or something like that. You need to rest, of course. And you should, how can I say, play with the help or the aid of a master, một bậc thầy, or a personal trainer. You know, PT, we call them PT. Okay. So next question. What kind of sports are popular in your country? Easy, right? It's not only about football. Remember, don't use the word soccer in IELTS, okay? The British, they don't like it. Người Anh không thích cái từ soccer đâu nha, cho nên cẩn thận dùng chữ football. Use the word football. Okay, but of course in Vietnam there's other sports right now. For example, pickleball. Pickleball. Ball. Pickleball. Vậy là ball ball thôi nha. Pickleball. Ball. Yeah, okay. Nếu lạnh có thể tắt quạt. Đi nhiều khi lục lội trời mưa nó vậy. So in this country, pickleball is actually becoming much more popular these days. You can think about billiard. Billiard. You know what it is? Billiard. It's always been popular. Billiard and pickleball and football. What else? Badminton, of course, badminton. And another thing, đá cầu nữa. Shuttlecock. Playing with shuttlecocks, I think. Nó gọi là đá cầu lông nữa. And playing shuttlecocks. I think it's called playing shuttlecocks. Okay. Think about it, and you should also explain like why these sports are popular. Nó phù hợp thể trạng người Việt Nam hay sao? You know, think about that. Is it suitable for the physique? Physique. Thể chất. Cái từ này phải physics nha, nó là physique, một từ mượn tiếng Pháp. Tiếng Anh mượn tiếng Pháp từ này, physique. It's suitable for the physique of the Vietnamese people, maybe. Tại người Việt Nam mình vốn là bé hơn, nhỏ hơn, không có cao, với lại cái cơ bắp mình không phát triển quá nhiều nữa. So the Vietnamese people, they are often shorter. Their muscles are not that developed very well. Smaller frame. Khung xương nhỏ hơn. Like less muscle. Less muscles. Ít cơ bắp hơn. Well, that's general, okay? You're not like some kind of people from Africa, you know, or people from, say, Europe or maybe Russia, somewhere like that. Maybe, but because of that, these sports are quite popular. Now, do you think everybody should play sport? Anh chỉ có nghĩ rằng mọi người đều nên chơi thể thao không? Think about people with disability. Khuyết tật. Người khuyết tật nên chơi đá banh không? So, well, you know, there's something like that. Think about that. Like blindness. Bị mù. Blindness. Deafness. Bị bị điếc. The blindness, deafness, muteness. Bị câm. Or sometimes they have mental issues, you know, vấn đề tâm thần. Those people, should they play sports? You know, they could be dangerous. You never know. They could injure themselves. They could injure. They said injure. They could injure themselves and the others. Like không nên để người bị điên làm không để người bị điên làm thủ môn. Like for example. Don't let people with mental issues becoming goalkeeper, you know? Or something like that, you know? And also think about people who are, how can I say, how can I say, older people or too young should they play sports? Like, for example, if they are only like 6 years old, should they play sports? 4 years old, something like that. Sports here can include the gym, you know? Think about that. Có thể lái nó qua cái chủ đề phòng gym nhé. But you could also talk about like, I think yes, everybody should play sports, like light sports, những môn thể thao nhẹ chẳng hạn. Like badminton, like, I don't know, pickleball, is it a light sport? Not that light, right? Tennis is not a light sport because it's, I remember it was like very difficult for me. Badminton, way better. Well, it depends on the particular physique of each individuals. Nó tùy thuộc vào cái thể chất cụ thể của từng cá nhân nữa nha. You know, okay, think about that. Okay, you have some time to think about 270 now. Okay, you first spoke, please. Can you describe a challenge you have faced? Speak slowly, it's fine.
Challenge. Pass the national test.
National.
National.
Nation, national. Nature, natural. Tính từ, danh từ không đọc giống nhau nha. Okay, try again. I had a challenge when I had to pass the national what?
National test. Which
all of the students
asked to examinations or the test. I want to have a high score and I wanted to get the good university, and I find it very difficult. Found very difficult for me, and I had a 1 year to prepare the knowledge of this. I try hard to broaden my horizon. You try hard to what? Broaden break the. Là một cái từ đầu tiên nó phải đi làm từ rồi. I tried hard to break my horizon, which I did many mock tests. The milestone, like this, your milestone. Ba rồi, cái móc của cái gì? Chúng ta đi qua sẽ break. Động từ record, danh từ break. Đi đầu của chính mình. Okay, very good. Okay, so what have you learned from this experience? So the technique how to solve the problem and put the effort for this. Put the effort. For this. Or try to be good. Very good. Now your turn, Quang. Can you describe a challenge you have faced? Difficult. You should speak slower. My first test in university. Wait, are you guys university student? Yes. First year? Freshman. I see. So you were born in 2007.
Both of you?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I never know it. So you did the test yesterday and
Because of the university, the environment in the university
it was
is not similar to in the high school.
it's so different. Yes.
I don't adapt enough to
So I didn't adapt enough to have a good performance. So
I think I don't like I don't have a score. But,
so I didn't receive the score I wanted, right? And you still speak very fast. Cái tập của em á, nói quá nhanh thì sẽ vấp tùm lum với lại bị sai tùm lum đó. Speak slower, it will be better for you. Okay. And what else then?
from this experience,
I have learned to not wait until the last moment.
when
The content to understand the content more thoroughly, một cách triệt để hơn. Thoroughly. To understand the content more thoroughly. Nó là hai cái âm thoroughly, like this. Thoroughly.
Thoroughly. Thoroughly.
thoroughly,
Thoroughly. Thoroughly đó. Một cách triệt để hơn. Từ A đến Z hơn. Hiểu cái nội dung một cách triệt để hơn. Từ A đến Z hơn. Yep, that's what it is. Now, so back to Phúc, please. So, do you think children should play sports?
yes, so it's facilitates for the
Facilitate for hay là facilitate something?
something.
Yeah, there we go. So sport facilitate
Improving the mental health, and it's also the strengthen the bond or the
strengthen the bond. Yes.
muscle, and like teaching the children from the teach children to play ethic and discipline.
To play fairly, right?
Yes.
Anything else?
Is the to keep fit, and it's also to control the energies of children.
Exactly, because people are having too much energy these days, I think, especially young children. Look at them running around, making lots of noise. Anything else?
That's all.
Right, very good. So what do you think, Quang? Do you think children should play sports?
Of course, I think children should play sport. Brings
Advantages.
We say
Mhm.
some physical sport like football, badminton, and children can get a physical and
Mhm.
some mental sport. Some sport like chess.
Oh, international chess or Chinese chess?
Chess.
There you go.
Also, and chess.
Chinese chess, right? Help can help.
To improve
their what? All right, think about logical thinking. Think about improving their spatial thinking. Suy nghĩ theo kiểu space, theo kiểu không gian. Spatial thinking and logical thinking, suy nghĩ logic. Anything else?
they can achieve the game. Play sport instead of playing mobile phone that can protect.
Exactly. All right. So, Phúc, how can children benefit from doing sports? Let's focus on how. Okay. Tập trung vào cái như thế nào nha. Okay.
To my day recognitions of so to gain the benefit from the racing, the mental health, the physical, and this
The physical what? Physical is an adjective. The physique also.
the physics.
Mhm.
First is the
It is the what? Okay, I think probably I go back here. Like you can see some ideas.
at the networking in the futures, like
Very good.
to have a friend
Yes.
and to build a relationship with them.
Mhm.
Just so they small with them, sometimes with to have a rest from a lot of activity.
Mhm. Are you guys aiming for band 7 in IELTS speaking?
What?
Are you guys aiming for band 7 or 6.5 or something?
Since
5.5.
it's going to get 6 over
So you have to get like how much in speaking?
5 or 5 or 6.
Try to get more than that, okay? Okay, so you were talking about like they should please continue.
To play fair, build the
Team spirit.
yes.
Feel a good team where everyone care for each other. Mọi người đều quan tâm đến nhau. Yeah, what do you think, Quang? How can children benefit from doing sports?
First thing actually we think of those ones and show that play regularly everything is over is not good.
Where everything when you overdo it, it's not good.
It's not good. We need to play and after that we take the rest to
You should not overdoing sport. That's the right thing to do. To heal themselves, to recover.
We can play sport with the master or person dependent because they have experience so that they can check us
Yes.
improve correctly.
They can help us improve correctly and not losing valuable time. Không mất thời gian đáng giá. You know. How about injuries? You know, còn cái chấn thương nữa nha. Personal training masters can help us to avoid injuries. Né tránh được những cái chấn thương. You know, but when people overdo it, but they do it in the wrong way, they can get so many injuries that will take years or months to recover from, you know. Cái đó là lý do tại sao người ta phải nhờ những người có kinh nghiệm như vậy đó. So, for what kind of sports are popular in your country?
Just football is more popular in countries because you gain a lot of audience. It's also I'm thinking about golf. We promote to the entrepreneur. Like
Entrepreneur, you mean the people who are rich and old companies? Wow. Entrepreneurs. It's basically a French word, so maybe let's check the pronunciation. Okay.
Entrepreneur.
Những âm 4 nha, âm cuối cùng á. Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur giống như là entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. It means people who start their own businesses, chủ doanh nghiệp, especially when it involves seeing new opportunities. But honestly with you, I haven't seen many entrepreneur who has time for golf. Maybe like people from big corporations, you know, những tập đoàn corporation. Maybe people from big corporations, they will play sports, actually. I don't know, or the people who work for this big corporation, they have to learn how to play sport or play golf, you know. But honestly with you, I still think golf is a sport for the rich people. You know? Right, I still think so. So what else? Okay, so Quang, what kind of sports are popular in your country? Playing shuttlecocks?
We don't need many device into the ball and the top.
A shuttlecock.
We can play it everywhere we want.
All right. You can even play it indoors, inside of your home. It's okay. It's slowly.
When we play this sport, we can meet some people like-minded.
Like-minded people?
Like-minded people. Sharing our sharing.
Ráng quên cái chữ happy là được.
Happy to and
The level what? You mean improve our level, our playing level, right? To improve our playing styles and level. But most of the time it's level. So, please, so what kind of, okay, so do you think everybody should play sports? Let's think about many different kind of people.
For most of people.
Most of the people, đó là một cái vấn đề. Most of phải đi với một cái gì đó rồi mới tới danh từ.
For most people, they could be play sport, but for the disabled people, they get to play sport. But if they want it, they could go to go to the team, the shame possibility to play it like Paralympic.
Paralympic, that's Olympic for the paralyzed people, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. Paralympic. Wow, you know about that. Good. Okay, so they should compete in an appropriate Olympics for them. Họ nên thi đấu vào những cái Olympics phù hợp với họ là Paralympics. Basically, the Olympics for the paralyzed people. Olympic cho người mà bị khuyết tật, người bị liệt. Very good. Who else? What else?
People have mental issues. Like, is the energy over energetic?
Okay.
To have multiple with the mind in the mind, like or say with the English like the Daniel.
Have multiple personality. Multiple personality. Nó gọi là đa nhân cách, đúng rồi. Tình trạng đa nhân cách là một cái vấn đề mà nghiêm trọng nha, phải không đâu? It's a multiple personality. It's a serious issue because sometimes at one time they are person A, but another time they are B or C. You know, that happens a lot. Like for example, to my students, I'm a loving, good teacher, but maybe to other people I'm different. You know? All right, please continue. Tại sao đa nhân cách lại không nên chơi thể thao?
It should be played, but it's the form of the treatment, like they want to go to go to have a meet from the doctor and play and have them ask them for the kind of sport that
they can play.
Yes.
You don't want to have someone who gets so angry in the middle of the sport, event. Đang chơi sport tự nhiên có người nổi điên lên cầm gậy quánh người khác. I don't know. You don't want that. Really, you don't. Very good. Anything else? All right. So, Quang, what do you think? Do you think everybody should play sports?
Everybody should play sport, but they need to play sport. But they need to choose the sport is suitable for them.
Which is suitable for them. Yeah. The sport that are suitable for them.
For example,
you're no longer a teenager, you're adolescent now. You're an adolescent now, you know. Trẻ vị thành niên, người vị thành niên là từ 14 đến 19. Basically from 14 to 19 years old, you're an adolescent. Okay, adolescent is from 14 to 19 years of age. But a teenager is basically is around 12 to 13 years of age. So, I consider you an adult already because you are more than 18. Hơn 18 tuổi rồi. All right. So, what did you say?
So I can have a good condition here.
Good health condition. Please keep playing sports. Don't stop.
Every sport that I want.
Good.
But for some people who disabled that like business, so they can play.
Không để người què chơi đá banh. I mean, you should not let like paralyzed people play football or something like that, you know? You're right. So basically, if they're disabled, what kind of sport should they play?
They can have a
Therapist. Chuyên gia trị liệu về thể chất. Vật lý trị liệu, yeah, they can have a physical therapist. Chuyên gia, một bác sĩ vật lý trị liệu. Remember, physical therapists, wait, they're not doctors. I think they're just chuyên gia vật lý trị liệu thôi. They're not a doctor, I think. A physical therapist. So I think the right word is orthopedics. Is a person who's a doctor who treats bones and muscles. Okay. Bác sĩ chấn thương chỉnh hình is an orthopedics. It's a doctor who treats bones and muscle, but a physical therapist is only like a technicians or a specialist who help people to recover from their injuries, you know. Okay, so what else did you say about it? Orthopedics to help them. Well, it costs a lot of money to hire one. Mm-hmm. Okay, think about the people who are in a bad shape, like for example, financially. If they're poor, should they play sports? Well, playing sports require you to spend money, yes, to buy food, to rent the equipment, to rent the room to play sports. And of course, on top of that, you don't have the time to work. So probably if you are not doing well financially, về mặt tài chính mình không doing well, probably should not play sports often. Maybe try to earn more money and try to be a bit more, you know, stable financially first, I think. You agree? Right. That doesn't need, they can play some sport that don't need to, that don't require something. Like what? Like running. Oh, really? You know, sports shoes are expensive. Hỏi thầy Don coi phải không? Hỏi thầy Quý Đôn coi phải không? Giày thể thao mắc không? You know, it's very expensive. And football, actually, shoes for football is equally expensive. Mấy triệu đô không ạ? Well, but you understand. All right, so my last question for you guys. Do you think chess is a sport? Why would it be a sport? Tại sao môn cờ vua cờ tướng lại coi như là một thể thao? You think it's a sport?
It's very important to build a creativity,
Logical thinking skill. Em hay dùng mấy cái tính từ như vậy, không có danh từ. You often stop in the adjectives and you should stop at a noun, something like that. So you say it builds what? Creativity and logical what? Logical thinking skill, right? Anything else? What? Ideas?
in sport, remember, and with sport. Yes, with sport.
You mean e-sport?
E-sport, yeah.
Electronic sport.
It's not the same purpose. Critical thinking.
And they're very competitive, you know.
I think chess should be
right, but people don't move much. People just sit in front of their computers and play, don't you think?
Read the newspaper.
On the newspaper.
It's not the.
They are the ease.
Okay. There's a view about when you use your brain
regularly to think,
you can burn your calories.
Exactly, you burn 2 times more glucose than when you use your muscles. Nó đốt đường glucose lẻ gấp đôi luôn á so với lại cái cơ bắp bình thường. If I remember. Oh, by the way, I used to be a pharmacist.
You are to master.
Yes, master. I got my degree from Hungary, like 2014, 13.
What's the papers?
pharmacy only. I haven't gone into like specialization, tiêu đi vào chuyên ngành. I only have a master in pharmacy though. And then I have other degrees in maybe other stuff. I have 2 books published. Say again? Well, it is 2 books published. And then I just appear on newspapers. But I don't remember where I was. It must be somewhere. All right. So I think that's it for today. So let's discuss our next lesson. First, I need to turn off this recording.